If you ask me today to share with you one thing I learned from working for advertising agencies as an art director in the past, that one thing would be life is not gonna hand you one task at a time. You're gonna have to work on so many different things happening at the same time, and you gotta do your best to always have like focus for all these different things. And this thing is called multitasking. One thing I should mention, multitasking is one of those things that can really be an upside if you do it right. I mean, think about those moments in the shower. Myself, when I go in the shower, I tend to multitask a lot. Like, I end up brushing my teeth while listening to a podcast. Sometimes even I go crazy and start dancing in the shower or even singing.
I think I forgot the lyrics, yeah, but you get the point. Like, I was singing in the shower.
Most of you guys can relate to that. But then when it comes to work, most people don't want to even listen to the word multitasking. They want to, at least when they are working, focus on one thing and that one thing only. Wanting to work on one thing is quite a dream for many. And for instance, when I was working for advertising agencies, you realize like in the agent setting, most of the designers get spoon-fed. They try to build resources around you so that as a designer, you focus on being a designer. They get you a copywriter, they get you a client service, someone who just like handles the exchange between clients and designers. If anytime soon you're planning to quit and become an independent designer, boy, you're gonna have to work on so many different things. You're gonna be the guy who looks for business. You're gonna be the guy who does the cold calls. You're gonna be the guy who does the client service. You're gonna be the designer. You're gonna be the accountant. You're gonna be all these things if you become a freelancer. And there's no other tools to work. You gotta have to multitask. And one thing that has helped me really stay an independent designer is to start embracing multitasking as a skill or tool. And I want to share with you my experience with multitasking, and I want to really try to share with you some tips so now you can multitask without losing your efficiency when it comes to getting work done. And once your efficiency is crippled, you're gonna struggle with creativity, your productivity is gonna be low. Even if your productivity is really well in check, you're gonna struggle with your creativity, because productivity and creativity are totally two different things. When I was working for advertising agencies, there is this habit where they give you a brand. They want you to focus on a specific brand, all things to do with this brand, so that they limit that struggle of you switching from one brand to the other. And that's what we call context switching. Say you're working on two brands, for instance, like you have one brand that is not at all related to whatever the other brand is. Maybe this brand is a beer product and the other brand is more of like a tech company. Switching context from a beer product or brand to a tech company might seem easy, but your brain will struggle. And what I learned from the agencies, they tried so much to optimize you for one specific kind of work so that your brain really just enjoys juggling different tasks that are related within the same category of a brand. And for me, what I did to try adapt this in my freelance world or work, what I did is always to get one project and try break down all tasks within this project. Maybe if that just confuses you more, let me use this showering example, right? If you're in the shower, you find yourself, as I mentioned, like for me, I enjoy being on a podcast, like doing so many other things. But just imagine in the middle of the shower, you having a cup of coffee.
No, this is not working.
It's something that is not related. Like even that setting, your brain will feel like, what are you doing with your life? Like having coffee in the shower might seem like a dream for many, but like it doesn't add up for your brain to switch from like shower then to coffee right away within the bathroom setting. So you want to treat your work like this. You don't want to work on tasks at the same time that are not related. You want to find out the relation between your body of work and then embrace multitasking within this same setting of work. That way your brain doesn't struggle to switch context. Over years, one of the things I discovered that limits me from multitasking is something to do with attention residue. And essentially what happens when you're working on a number of different tasks that are not related and you try to switch from one task to the other, your brain gets stuck on one task. It's kind of like related to context switching, but it's more of like finish this and then work that. The way I managed to work around this is to try set some sort of like completion criteria for every task. And I understand over years I discovered it's hard to do something like this. You know, naming a task and you're trying to finish it within one day or within hours, it's quite hard. Most tasks are really hard to finish even in a week. So what I discovered is to leverage time blocking. Most of you guys are familiar with time blocking, and it's mostly used in blocking time on the calendar. But then I leverage this concept or this tool and I use it for my tasks. And the way I do it, maybe to walk you through that, but before I do that, I just want to remind you, if you've not watched my previous videos, those videos are best really focused on how best can you optimize your days as any creative out there, how best can you stay productive and at the same time creative. You should go watch those videos, especially my previous video. It kind of taps into this because in that video I share with you how to plan your day. So if you're gonna plan your day, you need to know how to really optimize yourself to stay multitasking without running mad. I understand I've used the word mad like a million times in this video, but if you've ever been in a position where you get overwhelmed by different demands from different people or clients, you know what I'm talking about. Like, work can run you mad. So, do yourself a favor and go watch those videos and then come back to this one. So, first things first, what I want you to do when it comes to time blocking, all you have to do is set time as your completion criteria. And the trick is that, plain simple, you want to trick your brain to think that when the clock winds and 4 hours, for instance, if you set 4 hours for a specific task, if 4 hours are done, that task is done for today. And then you have to move on to a different task, which still has the same kind of approach. It has like, say, a block or a slot of 2 hours. That's how you start really leveraging time blocking and setting like completion criteria for every task. And I find this really so simple and it is really so easy. It keeps me satisfied in confusion. If I just write tasks and I don't know when to switch to a different task, it becomes really hard. So for me, time blocking has been that one thing that has, came in for rescue when I'm really, really overwhelmed. And most times, like, different clients are more funny. Like, they'll bang your phone, they'll call you like every second and confuse you, make you feel like you're not working because they have so much demands. But honestly, you have 8 hours. Like, maybe most of you guys work late night, but if you don't consider late nights and you work 8 hours throughout the day, if you have like, say, 2 clients, maybe 4 hours for one client and 4 hours for the other client. And on top of that, you might have like side gigs happening. So if you can divide this time and give it to every client, and no, you should never cheat a client's time. You should never distract away in the 4-hour slot and start using, social media. You should focus on getting that work done within the 4 hours. Once the clock goes off, pause, maybe go take a cup of water, drink some coffee, enjoy yourself because that is a quick milestone, and then move on to the other task. That's how I've managed to keep multitasking without running mad. One thing for sure, you should start multitasking if you want to make money in life and succeed really fast. You're not gonna find a moment in life where you're gonna work on one thing that is not even close to what life is about. Life is more complex than that. What you gotta do is embrace multitasking and find out different ways of working on so many different things going at the same time. Thank you guys for watching. If this is the first time to see my face, My name is Zana. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. And for sure, just go ahead and ask me anything about anything like design life related. Just go ahead and ask me in the comment section. I'm more than excited to really help you out, with some insights. And I'm also like really down to learn a thing from you guys. That has been it for this video. I'll catch you in the next one. But before you go, you guys know how much I love coffee, and it won't hurt to just click the link in the description and go buy me a cup of coffee. That would be dope. Cheers guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Me, iPhone really pissed in doing this without really going mad. Alright, I'm gonna stop there using the word mad because I feel like right now it's really overdone. But the point is, without losing my sanity, I don't know why I'm laughing, but it sounds so funny. But here's the thing. What you want to do is set that as your completion criteria, because when you start just writing lists of to-dos, you don't know when to switch to the next.